Hi, my name is Rita and I've been a content writer for over 7 years. I've worked full time as a content writer. I've worked as a content writer intern. I've worked remotely for international brand as a content writer. I'm currently freelancing. So in this video, I'm going to be walking you through the tips you need to get started as a newbie content writer. I'm going to be brutally honest with you, but in a good way. Tip number one, start writing. I know this sounds weird, be like, okay, I'm a content writer. Only way you can come better at what you're doing is actually when you put in the work. Write anything that comes to mind. And thank God we're in the world of social media. You never really know. People have made thousands of dollars just because they can write. So just start writing. You cannot be telling someone that I'm a content writer, I write, written nothing. So tip number two, find a niche. I understand that we're in a new world where people are like saying you are the niche, you don't need to have a niche. But when it comes to the professional setting, when it comes to building a career in a particular niche, have a niche, have a niche. Anyway, the point is that you find a niche, and people tend to overcomplicate the process of discovering your niche. I believe that it can be simple, and you do not have to be in a particular niche forever. As you are evolving, as your interests are evolving, as you are growing up and things are changing, your niche too might evolve. You can move from being a beauty writer to a B2B SaaS writer and all of that. So here's my simple strategy for discovering your niche, and this has worked and have helped other people discover their niche. So number one, look at things that you are interested in. So if you love writing, you want to enter into the world of content writing, you're like, oh, I don't have a niche, what niche can I do? Look at what you're interested in. So if you are naturally interested in beauty, you're interested in fashion, that's the side you should gravitate towards. Like, okay, this is what I'm already interested in. Start to write. Like the first tip I give, start to write articles or anything around that niche, because you are more passionate about it and allows you to keep going. Even when you've not started getting clients and job, you can keep the work going and you never know what can happen. So that's the first way to find your niche. And another way to find your niche is if you already maybe studied a course in the university, maybe you are a medical student, you studied medicine, or you studied computer science, or you studied computer engineering, or like you are in the professional field and you want to explore the world of content writing, you already have an advantage because you already have a niche. You can start writing medical content based on the knowledge you already have. Brand yourself as a medical content writer or a pharmaceutical or an engineering content writer, because I know someone that actually she's a content writer but she writes for only cyber security companies. That's how to niche. And the truth I will tell you that people might not really see when it comes to this content writing career is the more niche, the more specialized you are, the more money you can make. So if you're going to be like a generalist content writer, like you can write for anybody, you can write, you just need to research and write all those articles, that era is gone, and you can only make a little $5, $10, $20, max $30. Brutal truth. People want to hire people who are specialized. Looking at the Google EEAT updates, algorithm updates on content, people want to work with specialists, and when they want to put your byline, imagine you write about headaches or causes of headache, how to cure headaches, and then the byline is actually you are actually a medical doctor. It gives that article more like first hand, like this is coming from someone who actually knows what they're doing, not a content writer who just goes on Google and the top 10 results kind of like regurgitates the whole thing. So the more specialized you are, the more money you can make, because not everybody can be a medical writer, engineering writer, cybersecurity writer, tech writer. But when it comes to niching, while you are looking at, I will say, okay, go for what you are interested in or what you can do. You also have to look at how lucrative is the niche. This is very important, because the truth is that while some niches are lucrative, niches like maybe medical writing, B2B SaaS, tech, finance, those are like high level niches that you get to earn as much as $500, $1,000 per article. Yeah, $500, $300 at the minimum, $100. But the other niches that you might just earn very little. So you want to also look at those niches. And from my experience, I've noticed that niches that are like more on the business side, you get to earn more, because obviously if you're going to help somebody make more money, then they'll have no problem paying you. So that is like a rule of thumb, like how you can find a niche. So always ask, is this niche, like what I'm writing, is it helping this brand make more money? So it's important to understand the role your content is going to play in the overall pipeline of the business, and marketing is sales, whatever. So if you're just writing for maybe a hair care company or a makeup brand, you are not going to earn a lot because you don't need specialized knowledge, except maybe you're going to be a trichologist or a dermatologist, something like that. So if you're just going, if it's something that anybody can, maybe a lip gloss brand, anybody can just research what lip glosses are and just write something. So you're not going to earn a lot from those kind of businesses because it's direct to customer. But if you're going to be earning a lot, look at B2B. Like if this article is going to be helping their target audience make the decision to finally maybe watch their demo, book a call or something, then they'll have no problem absolutely paying you. And if you are like seriously confused, maybe you are thinking that, oh, I love to write, but I also love social media. I understand social media. Maybe I've grown a following. How can I bring these two things together and start making money as a content writer? Now, if you are that kind of person, now you don't need to be like a medical writer or anything. Social media is one of like important aspects of content marketing right now. Nobody can deny that. So you have to look at, I will give you an option you can explore is brand yourself as a B2B content writer for martech, like marketing technologies, marketing software, SaaS marketing, whatever, all of those stuff. That is where you can now learn more about the role social media plays in those kind of businesses and all of that. Tip number 3, I think a lot of content writers do not know this, but I think a lot of people are starting to discover this now. Do not just optimize for clients. Now, this is the downside of the hustle culture of freelance marketplaces, remote jobs. So, a lot of content writers or generally freelancers and remote workers always I want to get a client, I want to get a client. It's valid. I know that we all need money, but don't forget your personal brand. Don't forget your personal brand because this can do more than what chasing clients can do for you. At a point in my career, I this was one mistake that I made. I was just I buried my head in like working remotely, getting clients, signing contracts, and you're just working. And I totally neglected my personal brand. I was not documenting what I was doing because I didn't have time. All the time I had was I put it into doing clients' job plus my personal engagements that I have. So that will not do much for you. As much as you want to get clients work, you should also take some time, even if it's 2 hours in a week, to actually document your process. You mustn't like create content on YouTube and all of that, but you can start a blog. You're a writer, so you should start a blog. You can start a blog and start writing. You can go on platforms like LinkedIn, Medium, start documenting your thought. These things will serve as like your digital portfolio. They will serve as, and you never even know what you write on those platforms can even blow up, can go viral, or can get to the eyes of people who need to see it, and someone can contact. I remember a client that I got. That's when I started my one YouTube channel. Like that YouTube channel was very whack. Like the lighting, the video was not even good. And a prospective client saw the video and she was impressed. She saw that I had knowledge in that niche and she decided to hire me off of that video. That was how I made my first $500. So you don't know what the power of branding, and you don't need to like put your personal life out there. You don't need to vlog and show your bedroom and show your family, your spouse, whatever. You just have to, you can put your work out there for you to document your journey as a content writer or whatever interests you as a person. You want to put it out there. It's very important because this is a way to build income streams aside clients, whatever you're getting from your clients, so that even the days you do not have clients or you're in between jobs, you still have something going on and it doesn't put you in that place of desperation. Because the truth is, clients come and go, contract jobs go, but what you have built is what will still remain, that you can still look at that, okay, I achieved this thing. This is the lesson I learned after some years. I just buried my head in the sand and I was writing. I didn't discover, I didn't know how important, I knew how important it was, but I wasn't just able to document my journey, and this is what I'm very conscious of right now. So if you're starting out as a content writer, make plans to actually write, to document your journey every step of the way. You might be helping other people too, and at the same time you are building your personal brand, and the importance of a personal brand cannot be overemphasized. Tip number 4 is, do not box yourself. It's important to have a niche, but do not box yourself in a niche. Sometimes your niche will find you. The goal is to keep this. So a lot of writers always have this mindset of, I have to find a niche. Stop writing niches to explore. Even if you see the list of top writing niches, high paying niches, you can still not do everything because we are just human beings and we are different. There are things that I can learn easily because of my personality, because of my experience, my environment, how I've grown up. There are things that you can learn easier than I would learn. So it's about looking at your ability and what you're doing. And whatever you're doing, if for you to get good at it, don't just be mediocre. That's why I made the first tip right. If you call yourself a writer, write. Be good at writing. Write every day. The best way to become good at something is to actually do it every day, not only when you need a client. Oh, I need a client, I just need to get a content writing client. Actually do it every day. Tip number 5, start a blog. Best way to become content writer that is going to be speaking from experience, not theoretical, is to have a blog, because if you're going to be writing for brands, they're going to be posting whatever you're writing on their blog. So you should know how to even make a post on a blog. For instance, you can start with WordPress. Most companies use WordPress blog. So you can start there so that you understand how you to format a blog properly, how to make the post, how to even get your content to rank. So if you start a blog from zero, I'm even starting a new blog, by the way. So if you're getting started, you can just get started together. Start a new blog from zero and see how, when you get your first view, when you get your first 100 clicks, all of those Google search console, all of the Google analytics, for you to understand what really goes on. So it gives you an idea of the importance of what you're doing firsthand, so that when you are speaking to with clients, prospective clients, you are coming from a place of experience. You know what this thing is all about. You know the role that content plays in the whole marketing and sales circle. So that gives you first hand experience. You try different things, you know what works, what doesn't work. If you are coming with that level of understanding and experience, you will charge more, because if you've done it for yourself, you can help another person, you can replicate your processes and help another person get results. So I don't know why a content writer will not have a blog. I don't know, or an email list. So these are things that you should start doing if you are getting started. So it's not like I don't have experience. These are the ways to build your experiences. When you put your if you're applying for a job, put your CV, you put your portfolio. You should be putting the link to your website, to your blog, so it gives people, and you never even really know. That is one of the underrated ways you can even get clients, inbound clients, without even sending cold DMs, applying for jobs, visiting all the remote job websites. If you have a blog and is optimized, I mean, we'll talk about this in another video. Someone can find your blog. If your blog is competing, ranking for like a top keyword, someone in that niche sees your blog and see that, okay, this is not even from a company, this is from a personal blog, and you have a button that says, if you want, hire me, hire a writer, and put it. People will even come to you. People will send you messages and be like, can you write for me? This is what documenting your journey, this is what putting yourself out there can bring for you. And aside that, you just have something that is your own, because just chasing clients at the end of the day is nothing, because the money you get, you still spend it, and you have nothing. You have nothing to show for it. Tip number, start showing up online, network with people, find prospective clients, and just understand what the whole market is all about. And a good place to do this is on LinkedIn and on X. I prefer LinkedIn because I'm not an X person. I just prefer even the interface of LinkedIn. Aside from getting clients, is a place for you to understand the whole content marketing ecosystem. A lot of people, even people abroad, people in the US, UK, they have been in this field for years, and you get to learn from them firsthand. You get to understand industry jargon. If you're in B2B SaaS, you get to understand what a pipeline is. You get to understand when someone books a demo. You get to understand a lot of nuance that you might not know if you're just writing content, what you feel like writing on your blog. You get to understand the role this thing plays, you get to understand LLM, you get to understand GEO, you get to understand churn, like all of those industry jargon. You want to be able to start understanding what they mean, GTM, all of those stuff. Because if you are talking to prospective clients, when you speak with those industry jargon, or you understand what they mean, it kind of gives you a sense of what you're doing and you're professional. So these are my top 6 tips that you need to get started as a content writer, a newbie content writing. Content writing is still very much profitable, but you have to do it smartly. So the way you worked in maybe 2018, 2019 is not the way it's working now. Things have changed. AI has changed things. And if there's anything you're going to be taking from this video is professionalism. The more specialized you are, the more money you can make. That is the honest truth. Pick a niche, document your process, create a presence online. These are the top two takes. If you don't take anything from this video, these are the top two things you need to remember as you're starting your journey. I wish you all of the best. So if you have any question about content writing, the whole stuff, I'll be more than happy to respond to you in the comment section. Bye.